Hello, welcome to the next edition of the Thursday specialty list. Today we're going to be heading to Standard. So I wanted to play this deck through a league, so we managed to do that. This is basically since there were some weird timelines with my recordings and of course the ban announcement, I wanted to make sure I had a thing I could play without having to worry about what got banned a few weeks ago. So in that process, the deck we're trying out today is Growl Ramp. It is a deck that I was wanting to originally play for Pioneer, but I wasn't sure about Carnosaur, and I think the card is relatively good. So instead, we're going to try it through a league through Standard, and I'm hoping that this deck does perform quite well. If you have any suggestions at all, let me know down in the comment section. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notifications. We work for future videos. We're on our way to 1,000 subs. Let's get there together, and let's get into the deck list. So the deck list that we're going to be trying out has 2 Burn Down the Houses, 4 Glimpse, 3 Bushwhacks, 4 Chomps, 2 Up to Beanstalks. Then we have 4 Hammer Skulls, 4 Stompers. We have Dinosaur, Carnosaur, and Ixalan. So we have a decent amount of ramp payoffs. We have Caverns of Souls, which hopefully should help us against the control-based decks. And we have enough cards, I think, to get multiple cards off of it. Dinosaur is pretty good as a value engine, self-contained value engine. So that's what we're trying out. On sideboard, we have Barrage as a little bit extra removal. We have a few more sweepers in the board, Brotherhood End and Burn Down the House. Throwback in case we face, aggro. We can gain 4 life, which is quite relevant. Also, destroy an artifact or enchantment, which is like Wedding Announcement, stuff like that. Also, there is a top, I think, deck going around where they're playing the Smitty. So, we definitely want to heavy answers to that. We have Warcrafting as a way to hit the Shieldred, so that's pretty important. 2 Up to Beanstalks for the grindier matchups. So we could cut our Bushwhacks or Burn Down the Houses and go up to get extra card advantage. We have 3 Royal Treatments for heavy removal decks, like black-based strategies. Then we have Nissa, in case we face decks. Of course, also have heavy amounts of removal. So each turn, if we can make another, uptick, make another XX creature, and can apply pressure, and it can create, a 3-for-1, 4-for-1. So it really helps out in the matchups where you don't really want to 1-for-1 your opponent. So that's what we're trying out today through a league. Let's see the deck in action. River passes. Play Ridgelines, they go. He just skipped through his turn. Okay. Glimpse. Get a Forest, they go. Mirak. Schooner passes. But I think it's better to play a tap land while there's not a lot of pressure. So we'll play the Hammer Skull. Say go. Shipwreck Marsh. Cavern Bat. Takes the Ixalan. Okay. Attacks. Is there a reason for this? What possibly could he be having? Play Up the Beanstalk. Play Glimpse. Get him out. Land. Fight. We'll just hit you for 6. Plays a Tap Shores. Gix. Passes. Carplusion Forest. Play the Forest. Play a Tally. Draw a card. Draw another Ixalan. That's actually quite funny. So we get a Shieldred and a Trumpeting Carnosaur, which gets another card. So now we get to draw another card. This deck is kind of based. Got it. So against black blue, right? We bring in the more Up the Beanstalks. Probably want Nihiri's Warcrafting, maybe Burn Down the House. So the way we lose this game is Shieldred. That being said, I think I cut Stomper. Maybe Burn Down the House actually just isn't worth it. We go up Nissa and keep 2 Stompers. Run it like that. Plays a Shores and passes. Play Ridgelines, they go. Plays an Island. Plays a Schooner. Forest. Up the Beanstalks, they go. Marsh. Plays a Malcolm. So he can crew. Hits me. Gets a Bat. Hits me to 17. Play Rockfall. Play Hammer Skulls, they go. So the Bat's going to come down. Probably take my Dinosaur. There's the Bat. You got to take this, right? It's the only logical choice. Question is, do you crew and attack? You're going to kill my dude? Sure. So now I'm going to play a Tap Ridgeline and a Glimpse. So it hits me for 6. That's a lot worse. So we play that Ridgeline. Play Glimpse. Might just be too slow now. Say go. Underground River. So he's going to attack me for 6. Goes a Luton. There's a Siren. No Jace. So I think I have to Carnosaur. There's my Cavern. I shoot the Malcolm and say go. Upticks makes it a 4-6. Still big enough to kill a Schooner though. Schooner. Attacking Numa on top. Draws it. Goes to combat. Attacks out. So hits me down to 2. Another land. We play Cavern. Named Dino. We'll go ahead and fight. Play a Dracosaur. I don't think I could afford to attack. Okay, attacking Numa. Gets Urtai. Sure. So we play the Forest. Play Glimpse. Then this deck. Play the Dracosaur. So he can't be countered. Draw a card. I think I have to hit the Jace. Say go. Urtai. Comes down. Snipes a Draco. Another land. Malcolm. So then he crews here. Sure. Makes a Mirax token. Just kind of irrelevant, but sure. So I do think I kind of want to keep these down chomps. I don't like that. Play Ridgelines, they go. Island. Passes. That's not a bad draw. Play Carplusion Forest. Up the Beanstalk. Pass the turn. River. Passes. Play Ridgeline. Say go. Otawara. Kaito. Alright, makes a Ninja. That's not a terrible top deck. Go ahead and play a Stomper. We'll grab a Mountain. Say go. River. Kills my Stomper. That's rude. Hits me. Take it. Upticks Kaito. Passes. Play another Ridgeline. Play a Draco. Say go. Kills it. Sure. Okay. Plays a Reef. Plays a Siren. Hits me. Upticks. Passes. Carplusion Forest. I tapped too much. That's fine. Alright, what do I get? Okay. Triggers that. Counters that ability. That's fine. Pass the turn. Hits me. Sure, for 2. Take it. Shieldred. Plays a tap land. 5 damage. Raft is board, please. And we get to draw. We do lose a life there. That's fine. Okay, so we'll definitely pay. Tap Shores. That's good. Yep. And then map on it. So, yep, he did exactly what I would have done. Okay, so Gix is inbound. We have 8 mana. Hits me for 5. Do you make me mill or do you mill? Mill's me. Sure. Play another Trumpeting Carnosaur. Got it. 1-1. Let's get into the next. Play Ridgeline, say go. Plaza of Heroes. Is that a Skrelv? Yes. Passes. Play Beseju. Glimpse. Grab a Forest, say go. Thalia. Passes. Stomper. Grab a Mountain. Since I can't really play anything, we'll play Ridgeline, say go. Or Carplusion Forest. And Nim. Sure. Hits me. Okay, take it. Chomp to Skrelv. Which one do you protect? Okay. So I think I just clog up the board with the Hammer Skull and say go. Beseju. This looks like the new 3-drop. No. That just gets rid of this. Okay. Goes to combat. Hits me with a tons amount of damage. Can't block. Shoot that. Say go. Gwenna. That's fine. Do you even bother attacking? He does. So that probably tells me he has a Ganju in hand. That's fine. So now we have another blocker. We got rid of his last removal spell, and now we get to play a Bone Horde, which will just take over this game. I think a Smash Face with a Stomper. I mean, he could triple block, whatever, pass the turn, attacks out. We block here, here. Now a Ganju doesn't kill Bone Horde. Doesn't matter, he has first strike. So he loses out. We get to start making dorks, potentially. Play the Carplusion Forest, play Glimpse. Then this deck out, go to combat, smack with the Stomper, say go. Can't overextend. We're up 6. It's not a good life total. Got game 1. Now we get Burn Down the House. Brotherhood end. This technically can get his threats. So those are our possibilities. We need to cut 5 cards. This does not seem like a matchup for up the Beanstalk. We also could go down the Tallies. Up Tranquil for a little bit of life gain. I think I want 2. I think I want to cut the Stomper. 2 Stompers seems fine. He can't block until later, so it's not great. Run it like that. Forge, Skrelv. Passes. Mountain. Let's go ahead and barrage it. Say go. We could probably slow him down. Thicket. Hajar. Passes. That's a little bit of a nuisance. Play a Forest. Say go. Entai. Gets frisky. Hits me. Forge. Passes. Play the Mountain. Play Pugs. Say go. Anointed Peacekeeper. Gonna name Burn Down the House? Sure. Now what are you gonna do? Passes. Still think I Rockfall Veil, play a Pug, Chomp. He's going to sack it in response. Then we'll just pass the turn since there's no profitable attacks. Cavern on human. Passes. Play a tap land. Go to combat. Extend a single Pug. Pass the turn. Goes to combat. Attacks with Entai. So pumps. Does that mean he has a Daganju? I mean, I'll block. Alright, 3 damage counters on it. Passes. Play Frillback. Pay 2. We will exile your graveyard and gain 4 life. Go to combat. Hit you with Pug. Now you have to block. Stay alive. Now we have 2 active burn down the houses. I think it's just GG's. I think we might be 2-1. Got it. 2-1. Getting the next. Swamp. Okay, we drew a 1-drop. Play a Ridgeline. They go. Tap Ridge. Passes. Another Stomper. Play a Forest. They go. I don't see any advantage right now. I'm playing this Bushwhack. Passes. Veil. Stomper. Grab Mountain. They go. Drew a Demolition Field. Passes. Carplusion Forest. Dracosaur. They go. Passes. Oh gosh. Dracosaur doing his thing. Whiffs. So we play Veil. Play the Glimpse. Get a Forest. Play a Stomper. Get a Mountain. Go to combat. Attack. Say go. Draw the Mountain. That's good. Passes. We go digging. Get a Cavern. On Dino. A Tally. Play a Tally. Got it. So in this matchup, we have up the Beanstalks and possibly Royal Treatment and Warcrafting. I think I'm gonna see how much removal he actually has first. I'm gonna just trim on my ramp and a Pug. Run it like that. Swamp. Passes. Ridgeline. Say go. Field of Ruin. Passes. Carplusion Forest. Say go. Mountain. And just passes. Play a Forest. Play a Pug. Probably got a removal spell for it. Sure. Say go. Haunted Ridge. Passes. Swamp. I mean Forest. Tap out. Play a Stomper. Grab Mountain. Say go. Big score. Okay. Demolition Field. A Tally. That seems decent. So Celestis and a Tally from my deck. Bushwhack. Okay. So he fights. Burn down the house. Chump. Say go. Archfiend. Mountain. Passes. Dracosaur. They go. Since I can't do anything else. Fields me. Grab a Mountain, I guess. Removes a counter. Big score. Mountain. Burn down the house. Hits me. Take it. Dracosaur. Say go. Goes to combat. Smacks me. We go to 6. Field. Chandra. Uptick Chandra. Come on with that. Play Ridgeline. Chomp. Say go. Sure. So I think I bring these in. Maybe go down on the bush. So he has a Tally. He has a 6-drop. I honestly don't think that's good then. Royal Treatment is interesting. But I think I just race him. So run it like that. Cavern. Dinosaur. Say go. Glyphs. Passes. Forest. Glimpse. Grab a Forest. Say go. Another Cliffs. Play a Mountain. Say go. Ridge. Celestis. Play a Forest. I think let's just do it. I might as well commit something to the board. Mountain. Shieldred. So I think I play a Forest. Go to combat. Smack. Blocks. I think I just do face. Play Carnosaur. Which gives me a Dracosaur. Say go. Field of Ruin. Alright, there goes our Carno. Kills that, sure. Kills one of those. Snipe your face. Hits me. Beseiju. Tally. Breach. Stomper. We will grab, I guess, a Mountain. Archfiend. Take both. Cast a free Pug. Say go. Yeah, we'll hit you. That's fine. Looks like he's looting. Sure. Desperately trying to find an answer. And gains a little bit of life. Got it. I think it's 3-1. Let's get into the next. 3-2. So we ended with a 3-2 record, losing mainly to aggro. So to compensate for this problem, I went ahead and I moved the 2 burn down the house to the main board. I adjusted the sideboard a little bit more to hopefully address the aggro matchup. Otherwise, I think this deck actually performed above what my expectations were. And I honestly thought the one weakness, of course, with most ramp decks is not having enough early ramp to make sure we could hit our land drops on time. So to compensate for this, I went ahead and I cut Pugs I get it. He's a 3-mana 6/6, but it's not doing a lot in this deck, honestly. It can clog up the board a little bit, but that's not really what ramp deck wants to be doing. So instead, we're going to be playing 3 Invasions of Zendikar. That should give us enough ramp to get to our Burn Down the House, guaranteed. Also, 4 up the Beanstalk's main, 2 Azusa's Journey's main. Azusa compared with Glimpse and Tall Prairie Stomper should give us enough early ramp pieces to hopefully get Invasion down turn 3, so we can get Burn Down the House on turn 4. Hopefully we could do it before we die. That is the plan. Sideboard adjusting, I added another Warcrafting because it seems like that's the better removal spell. We have 4 Frillbacks, so that way when we face aggro, we definitely have enough options. I didn't actually use Royal Treatment, so I cut that down to 2 of. And I also added a Kolga and Yadaro. I also dropped 2 Atalis, I believe, for the Invasion. That should get us to Atali more often, and I honestly don't think you need more than 2. The Carnosaur also kind of compensates as a 6-drop, so like you don't necessarily need the Tally. It's when you also have Carnosaur. Kolga and Yadaro, I think it's pretty reasonable main board. Comes down, it fights something, and immediately kills it, so it's kind of a removal spell. So that's kind of, I think that should help the deck a little bit more. I cut a Dracosaur, I believe, for the Kolga and Yadaro. Especially since with the Invasion, we're probably going to end up skipping the 5-drop and go right to a 6. So Kolga probably has more of an impact. But Dracosaur is still pretty good against mid-range piles. So I think this deck kind of actually addresses most of the meta decks, right? Mid-range, we have Up the Beanstalk. We have Bone Horde with Dracosaur as pieces that give us extra card advantage. So that helps against there. Same with the Control. Aggro, we have 4 Burn Down the Houses to hopefully get game 1. Because against aggro, you kind of have to try to get game 1. Because there's no way you're going to be able to get game 2 and game 3. So that's why I think Burn Down the House is necessary. I'm not necessarily sure if I want to cut a Chomp for a Brothers Hood End main. Just to up my sweepers. Because I know Domain Ramp plays like 6 sweepers main board. But if you have any considerations, let me know down in the comment section. I think this deck is actually pretty good. And I think this deck, with a little bit more tweaking and testing, I think it could be, a decent supplementary ramp deck to Atroxa 5-color domain. Also, I think it also has a better win rate against Control due to the pure nature that our stuff can't be countered, right? So Cavern of Souls helps the deck, I think, fight through counter spells better than what you would get with a domain package. The only thing we suffer against really is aggro, because the other deck has the Angel, which gains 4 life, kills threat. That's quite a huge swing for tempo. But other than that, that's what we're left with. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. And until next time, hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day. Talk to you soon.